Morning came gray and heavy. Camp came down slower than it went up, and we all knew that the long ride home was about to begin. Up until the moment we left to return home, I didn't know if Tina was going to be able to ride or not. We had made a backup plan just in case. My brother would haul her and her bike at least as far as he was going. The night before, she had climbed on the bike, but she wasn't confident that she could actually ride. But she did just that, hamstring and all. She swung a leg over and made the journey home. As the road stretched out ahead, I found myself looking back at the miles that had carried us through canyons, over ridge lines, and into places where the horizon seemed endless. Rever and Revzella had put together an event that delivered everything we had hoped for, and more. Routes that challenged us, rides that let us breathe and take in the view, and a community that tied it all together. Each day told its own story, stitched by the rhythm of the road and the people who shared it. We didn't even make it out of South Dakota before the ride home gave us our first snag. Mike's truck broke down right at the Nebraska-South Dakota border. We'd been smelling diesel for miles, and now we knew why. It was dumping fuel. It wasn't dramatic, not a ton of smoke, no sparks, just the kind of problem that strands you on the shoulder, staring at the road ahead and wondering what comes next. When the tow service wanted $800 to haul Mike's truck just 15 miles to the Ford dealer, Russ and Shannon, the owners of the State Line restaurant and casino, stepped up and did Mike a solid. Russ hauled the truck for a fraction of the price, and they gave us a cool place to wait while we figured it all out. So if you ever find yourself on Highway 385 crossing the Nebraska-South Dakota border, stop in, throw a little business their way. They're good people. Leaving Shadron behind, the miles stretched out in front of us, long, quiet, and unbroken. Hours of road give your mind time to wonder, and it wasn't long before the shape of the trip revealed itself. Every adventure has its arc. The eager anticipation at the start, the thrill of discovery in the middle, and the weight of reflection at the end. The miles catch up to you, the moments stack in your mind, and you realize just how much the ride has given you. It isn't about the roads we covered, but the people we shared them with. The unexpected turns, and the way it all lingers after the engines cool. That's a hell of a bruise. For Tina, the ride home wasn't just miles. It was a test. A hamstring pulled somewhere back in the hills turned every stop into a challenge. But she rode on. Quiet strength doesn't always look like conquering mountains. Sometimes it looks like simply swinging the leg over the bike one more time. The road to and from the adventure rally carried its own moods. We faced skies that threatened to swallow us whole, rain that soaked us through, and the quiet relief that comes when the clouds finally break. Sometimes the storm made the miles heavier. Other times, they revealed something beautiful. A reminder that every rough patch has its own kind of reward. Looking back, it wasn't just the places that we rode through that shaped this trip, but also the skies that we rode under. The bikes are unloaded, the engines have cooled, and I find myself looking back on an incredible journey. Would we do it again? Without a doubt. Would we stay at the Buffalo Chip? That's harder to say. The bathrooms and shower house left a lot to be desired. Still, what weighed on me the most had nothing to do with where we stayed, but the fact that Tina got hurt. She's healing well, the bruising nearly gone, the pain fading, and I know it won't be long before she's ready to ride again. And that's the part that matters most. The road ahead is waiting.